How much fun was that? I know it was fun for me. That was such a blast doing that. It took me a minute to do it last night, but I did it. Woohoo. That was after talking to I got a call from Aage, and it was a lot of fun. It's always fun talking to him. Um, so yeah, awesome sauce. Well, happy Saturday here in the U.S.A. and other parts of this crazy place we call the world. Um, so yeah, some of the things that we talked about, Aggie and I, was about discernment and victimhood, about perspective. I mean, there was a bunch of stuff we talked about, but one of the things that kind of put a burr under my saddle, as it were, earlier this week, I came home after work. I think it was Tuesday, and I recorded this video. Uh, but of course, as I put it in this little video, I had the camera thing shut off, and I just did it through the media player to record it. I said I look like the dog's dinner, a week old, warmed over, looking like what after a couple of days at work, right? So yeah, that was kind of funny, but I was really wound up about some of the, not so much the victimhood, but really about this definitive thing that I am right in my beliefs and you are wrong because you have a different perspective than I do. That doesn't mean that you have to. So I guess the thing is that if this is a mind created universe, and there's of course now physics coming out to talk about that. If this is a mind created universe, then and what we place our time and attention on is creating our world. If that's accurate, I'm going to write something down here. Thank you. All right. So if this is a mind created universe, it's whatever we're putting our time, attention, and with intensity, this is what's going to manifest. And if there are enough in a collective of believers, and you don't have to believe the same things, but you have one aspect of your belief system that ties into other people, then that's probably what's going to more than likely manifest. and how that's going to look to you is going to be different to other people. So one of the things that has been cropping up in my feed is not this feed, but it's the AI feed through Facebook and FluffTube and all that, where stuff will start popping up. So I've been for the last several years and many years realized that there have been doubles. I mean, they have documentation of doubles back in Abraham Lincoln's time. They even talked about when he was on the campaign trail, how he was basically not really in two places at once, but there would have been no physical possibility of him getting from one place to another. And if you look at a lot of the old photographs, they do vary quite a bit, kind of like the ones that we've been seeing. And there was a gentleman who had posted something and Aage commented on it. That's how it popped up into my radar. And it was kind of interesting. And it's like, I can see how people can get duped because of their belief system in that whoever's showing those images is trustworthy. That's one aspect of it. The other is there's this weird programming thing that we have. I think it would scare the bejeebers out of us. One of these days, I'm going to get somebody to draw me a picture of what a bejeeber looks like, by the way. But I think it really scares people if they realize that, that's not who is being presented. And it's a high profile and theoretically powerful individual, at least in the limelight of the media. Good example is, so there was a family member who was looking at the resident, and y'all know who I'm talking about, Mr. Poopy Pants. He was being, just had some little blurb and he was the talking head. And my family member said to them, well, that's not even the same person. So what are you talking about? It's like, look at the pictures. And they brought up an image of that individual from 15, 20 years ago to something that was recent in the media. And they said, what? And they didn't notice any difference. They could not see the difference. So it's really a very deep programming that we're also having to overcome, that might be not just the programming, but it's also, you shake your world up a little bit. It's gonna be scary. And that's why I think things have to go pretty slow. So more and more people are waking up. Anybody who's putting those images out there of that's not the same person, that's really cool, because more and more people need to see that and realize that. My next question is to bring to the public as to why. So we know why, right? Control, manipulation, sustaining a desired narrative. And it's the little thing that I think that would be really cool when I do the recording with Aage, is to talk about that aspect of, it's really social conditioning. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's all about your belief systems and what you're going to place your time and attention on. And it doesn't mean they're right and you're wrong, or vice versa. So I saw another guy this morning who kind of affirmed that was a topic that would be kind of important to bring up. Everybody's probably familiar with the coexist symbol thing. So that's another two-sided idea, I think, because the whole thing with the belief systems is, yeah, you can say you if you have a knowing, that is not a belief system. And a true knowing, not an inner understanding, that's different. this is something much deeper even than that, and that can even be shaken. Good example would be my whole knowledge attached to the belief system of Christianity. And I'm not saying that anybody else is right or wrong in theirs and how they view things. I'm just saying mine has shifted considerably because of a combination of, and science is a belief system too. And it's something that's supposed to be observable, but as soon as we observe it, doesn't it change? This gets really complicated, you guys. It's like, I don't know if anybody remembers the comic strip. I think it was Doonesbury. We had Bill the cat. I feel like Bill the cat half the time because I'm trying to figure out whatever it is that's, sitting in front of me. But yeah, that belief system, that was a really cool guy. I don't know where that gentleman was at, but the man that was speaking talked about the difference between beliefs and knowing and perception. And the most poignant part of his whole talk was he said, if you looked over there, you see an Asian man, and me, you see a black man, and you believe you're a white man. And if you took a bunch of tins and you filled them all with water and you put the lid on the cans, you're going to look at each one of those cans and see the different colors, but you're not going to realize that ultimately we're all the same. This is just a container, and that ultimately we are all water, which I thought was a super deep analogy. That was really, really well connected. So I kind of think that has the same impact, that you know who you are, but honestly, your knowing is based on multiple belief systems and programs, cultural, and there are different cultures, right? Your neighborhood culture, work culture, family culture, your own household culture. I mean, how many times did you go over I know I'd go over to a friend's house when I was a kid thinking this is like really weird. Do they do this different or they do that different? And even the impact, because smells really kind of get to me. I remember going over to, I was like, this house smells, different. Didn't smell bad. It's like, this doesn't smell like a house. It just smells different. Didn't smell bad. Well, I mean, you kind of get the point. I think I don't. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and pull up. All right, I'll just go over here. And hopefully I can figure out where I'm at here. My channel, here I am. And hopefully I can, boom. Of course, hey, Arizona, close. All right, let me see what your comments are today, sweetie pie. I know, right? No, that wasn't music, babe. That was my video for Aage. Yeah, it was, that's the idea. It's gonna shake up people. That was my idea. I think we're gonna have a little bit of an intro when we record, Aage and I, on the upcoming, and then I'll post it after the 12th because it's I'm not going to be able to do it live because we already talked about it's like I want to be able to say whatever I want to say and not have to worry about algorithms, etc. So not have to worry about the sarcasm either. So that can be kind of harsh, I guess. But I think this is going to be relatively short today. I have a lot of work to do. I am working on still setting up my website and some of the supports that go along with that. Again, online, all of it for the time being. I don't have any place set up locally yet where I'd be, because I would really like to be able to do the BQH in person. I think it's much more impactful. And then the intuitive readings also could also do some hopefully spiritual healings as well. And I think that was basically that at that point. I don't think I really have a whole lot other than, oh, I got to check one other place because there's so much that runs through my little head. Oh, I got a text. Hey, Selena. Yes, I'm having an awesome morning. I hope you as well. So I do try to put in some. So yeah, the other thing that Aage and I briefly touched on was the idea of victimhood. People, if we start taking ownership, and even just like the little things of making mistakes, etc., and we I do it all the time. So if I make a mistake, I'm going to apologize to somebody and I'm going to say, "Hey, how can I fix this?" or how do I do this? Um yeah, that's off my radar at this point. But yeah, you need to take ownership of your own dookie. Stop playing blaming others and playing that game of victimhood. I think part of it was because I got hit pretty hard with a couple of people that weren't even my responsibility, and that's okay. I hopefully was able to diffuse somebody and get them down a little bit, so they wouldn't cause anybody else any trouble. So I think that was just from this past week. And I had something yesterday. Oh, that was just about solar flares. um Yeah, I think they're going to start ramping up some of the other stuff too, some of the fear mongering, anything that's fear mongering. Yeah, I take a second look at it and take a step back from it. No fear, please and thank you. If there's something that's genuinely needs to be prepared for, a lot of the prepper stuff I think is going to start coming out. One of the things that needs to probably be happening is there's more stuff now coming out and saying mineral deficiencies are the causes of most diseases. There's also not so much deficiency, it's an excess, that toxicity that can cause issues as well, because that's in everything. I think aluminum is like the second most abundant mineral in the world. So that's probably something we could do without in our diet. So if you use baking soda or baking powder, that's got, if it says alum on it, that's aluminum. There was something else that I can't remember. I used to make my own baking powder. It's two ingredients. It's a starch and it's a leavener, and that's the baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, and any kind of starchy, like potato flour, like the really potato starch or cornstarch. I like potato starch. I'm gonna move my ice water over here because I can't see what you just said. Vitamin K2D3 with warm lemon water, lime water for me today. Yes, very, very good. Very, very important. You have to go to your practitioner if you're not comfortable managing this on your own. It's going to be important that we be more than just casually healthy. It's going to be important because there's going to be stuff in our environment that a lot of people aren't going to be able to detox from quick enough. Hopefully, most of us will be prepared for that. I think I mentioned something about that, what's coming in 2024. I posted that, I think, a few weeks ago. Some of the natural and homeopathic remedies that a doctor can recommend, that's who you have to check with, whether it's your MD, OD, or ND, naturopathic doctor. They're going to be the ones who are going to be switched on to the remedies that are not produced by pharma, potentially. Because I think if you do some of your research, that most of the supplement companies, most of the supplement companies, especially the bigger ones, are owned by pharmaceuticals now. That was on the way, because they couldn't regulate, they couldn't wrangle things. They tried to say that it was unsafe, etc. Probably like 30 years ago, they were trying to shut down vitamin companies and make them illegal, the supplements, etc. I guess that really didn't kind of work. So they flipped it the other way and they started buying up those supplement companies. So just make sure that you talk to your trusted, either it's a family doctor or naturopath or whoever you have that is trusted and has a good track record. Because that's going to be the trick. My guy is an MD from U.S.A, and he has been doing holistic medicine for probably 35, 40 years. I don't know how long, 35 years. So at my age, I'm not on anything. When I first met him, I was, and I'm off. And I'm off to the races. I think I'm doing okay. So yes, good quality supplements, uber important. Lab tested, lab produced. That's who my doctor goes through. When somebody gives him a supplement he's not seen before, a lot of times he might be taking it to a lab that he knows. He will test those and see if what's in it is actually what's being listed on the label. And the other thing he does, yeah, the other thing that he does is he'll look at whether it's bioavailable, because something can be in there and not be bioavailable. A good example for me, this is just what I did. I started taking Grand Unified. It's something that Dr. Auric produces, and I was losing hair by the handful, no lie. And that's not happening anymore. And it's only taken what, month and a half. It was a gradual slowdown. That and a couple other supplements that were recommended, like what was the other thing called? It was a liquid foreign protein cleanse. So that can help you balance your gut, especially if you had something like a colonoscopy where you drink all that stuff and you've basically purged all the good stuff out of your system. I was so sick after I did that. Never again. Almost killed me, literally. Almost never got up off the table. And I warned them too. So if they don't listen to you, listen to your intuition, because something told me, this is not going to be a good gig. What did I take? You mean the supplement? The supplement is Dr. Richard Olree, Olree, I believe. He produces something called Grand Unified, and I really, 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 really like it. There were several people that I was in the minerals class, which I think you can purchase the minerals class. They were recording it, but Yeah, Grand Unified, and he also has a foreign. It's called Foreign Protein Cleanse. That's a liquid. Tastes absolutely yucky, but right along with all the other yucky stuff that my regular doctor had me take. What does he have me on? Methylene Blue, which is I don't take it every day, and that's supposed to help with mental clarity because I got so much on my plate. It has been really helpful. I don't think I'm slowing down anytime soon, so that's kind of a good thing. Well, anyway, all right. Oh, this was from. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to bring that up. I am not going to bring that up. There's just some things that I heard people say. Okay. Yippee skippy. Anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. Other than my website is, like I said, still in the works, man, but I am available. Reach out to me. I'll have my website, my all my contact stuff, where I'm posting. I'm sorry. I really struggle with TikTok. I think it's evil. I think it's the devil incarnate. Not yeah, I just get the creeps with it. I've posted one thing on there. I don't know. The short bites bother me because I think we're all a bunch of goldfish anyway. We have like this 2 second span of attention. We're getting turned into a bunch of ADHD peeps. Not cool. But I am going to offer coaching. I am offering coaching, not future tense, now tense. If you don't, please refer a friend or a family member. And it's like I said, it's by donation only. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do that because this is getting really expensive to run all by me onesies. But I'm also going to do intuitive readings. That would be with cards, oracles, or just sitting and having a one on one, which I think can be really healing. And there's a lot of self discovery that can take place. Most of the people that I have like really long interviews with that I can't post everything, that's what I feels like happens. There's an alliance that takes place that I really, really like. And I like the privacy of it. I don't like doing things public because it feels like what I feel and see with other people gets pretty deep, and I can't even really say all that I see and feel from other people. So it's important that it's not public, then that they're able to digest it in private. What else? I'm doing some pyramids. Those will get posted up too. And I have a couple other little fun projects that I'd love to be able to spend some time with putting together. I don't have enough vacation time. I'm taking a couple of days off. Next week is my birthday. So I'm going to take a couple of days off from the day job and work on promoting the Auric vibe stuff. So anyway, I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Do like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button because I don't know, it would be really cool to post more, but shorter, maybe 10 minutes. I might be able to wrangle a 10-minute thingy dingy, and we'll see how that goes. Because there's a lot of stuff that hits me when I'm driving around between people's homes or wherever it is I'm traveling, and I'll dictate into my phone. I wish I could just pull off the side of the road and go into the phone, but I can't. I gotta keep moving. I pack my schedule pretty tight. Oh, anyway, everyone have an awesome weekend. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and if I don't see you during the week. Hopefully we'll see y'all between now and Saturday.